Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a Thursday night episode of Carnivore Chats. Hope you're all well. Hello from Adelaide, Australia. If you're jumping on, say a quick hello, let me know you're here. We've got a guest speaker on tonight who's got a great story to tell of his personal transformation, and I'll let him talk all about that and the work he's doing. So let's get Ivy Sardi on and we'll start the chat, the Carnivore Chat. Ivy, okay, he's just joined. Ivy, you want to send me a request? And I'll get you on. Hope everyone's well, having a great week. Tomorrow is Friday already. Can't believe how quickly the week goes. Just crazy. Just crazy. But yeah, I've spoken to a few people this week who are in my Instagram community and just have had a really nice opportunity to speak and have conversations with many women who are on their own transformation journeys. I just wanted to shout out to all these lovely women who have made an effort to reach out to me this week, and we've had some wonderful conversations. So very, very inspiring, very empowering. So okay, what do we got here? Awesome. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I'm very excited because it's taken so long for us.
So many rescheduling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's what happens. That happens sometimes. All right. Are we all good? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yep, all good.
I just set mine up a little bit more. How's your day been?
Really good, actually. Really good.
Awesome. What have you
What
been
about you?
doing?
Honestly, I've just been working.
Beautiful.
Just been working on clients' plans, taking on new clients.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Good.
What
Fantastic.
about you?
So I've had meetings all day.
Yeah,
Like I've literally had one after the other, after the other, after the other.
it gets like
So
that.
I've just come home and just set up ready for you for this awesome conversation I'm sure we're going to have.
Carnivore conversations.
Yeah, yes. Awesome. So for those who don't know you, tell us a bit about you.
Where do I begin? That's the
Totally
tricky
up,
part. Where do I begin?
totally up to you where you want to begin. Obviously, we want this chat to be about carnivore and the amazing work that you're doing in your own journey of your own carnivore journey. So, yeah.
I'll go a little bit in the past, just a tiny bit, and then I'll focus more on the carnivore because I'd rather that.
Yeah. All good. All
I
good.
think everyone's heard enough of that
Mhm.
past now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but with the past, yeah. So like, always been into health and sports and things like that, and just one thing led to another. As a young teen, just got up to mischief, got into drugs, got hooked on drugs, and that just spiraled out of control, and that led me to selling drugs, and I ended up going to jail. And just basically, the jail was a second chance and awakening for me, and that
Yeah.
gave me a really, really good second chance at life. And it's basically got me to really focus on my health, and I found carnivore for me, not I guess not knowing carnivore. Like, I didn't go, yeah, I'm going to be a carnivore. I just was like, hey, I'm just going to eat meat every day. This is it.
Yeah.
Didn't know much about it. I've never heard of it. I just did it. And then by the time like 6, 7, 8 months went past, like, it was just a habit. And then I just
Yeah.
got really into it. Just started getting back to my roots because I was studying previously in my early teens. Finished off my courses, my PT, my nutrition, my naturopath stuff,
Yep.
and just got back to like my roots. And then I just fell in love with everything again. Fell in love with nutrition. Fell in love with training. Fell in love with all these things that we're doing now and that we're preaching, just fell back in love with it. And now it's the best thing that's ever happened.
Just on that, what is it that makes you fall in love with it? Is it the way it makes you feel personally? Is it being able to support someone to change their own life and then watch at them as they do so? Or it's, probably a combination of both,
I'd
but,
say a combination of both. I think it's because like
yeah.
your personal journey, you sort of like. So I know it helps. It's helped me still stay sober to this day. I know. I don't think I could have been able to do this if I was in another lifestyle, whether it was keto or a high carb diet or something. I don't think I would have the mental capacity to be able to deal with what I'm dealing with now, being full
Mm.
on, doing your meetings, just
Yes.
being so busy,
Different.
in work
Yeah.
and always on the go, and your mind's running 100 miles an hour. I don't think I would be able to function being on those other lifestyles. I really
Mm-hmm.
don't. I don't think my mental health would have been as good.
Yeah.
So the fact that I've seen what it can do for
Yeah.
me,
Yes.
now it's just like, why why wouldn't I not go help someone? Why would
Yeah.
I not share the story?
Yep.
Like, why wouldn't I explain to people and show people and teach people exactly what I've been through? Why not give
Yep.
it to other people and, hey, like, give this a go? This is what I know. This is how much I know. This is what I've done. Like, have a go.
Yes. And do you think that, with carnivore, mental clarity is one of the biggest positive, I was going to say side effect. It's not really side effect, but like it's a pro
Yeah,
of the carnivore diet.
a, a
People don't realize.
positive.
I don't think people realize how they're actually living until they start to live and feel a different way. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And that's no different than like me trying to explain to people, like, when you come to a carnivore diet, we've been eating, for me, probably for you, you've probably been eating these normal takeaway box packaged shelf food since you're a kid, unfortunately. You know what I mean? That's just what our parents gave to us, etc.
Yeah.
So we don't know any different.
Yeah.
We don't know the feeling of anything different, nor could we
Hmm.
explain it when we were a kid.
Yeah.
So our whole life we've been eating like this, so you don't know any different. But take it away for a few months and give it back, you will know, and you're like, wow.
The con-
And I feel like, that's sort of what happens. You don't initially understand how can it be different. How can my mental clarity be, fogged by food and my emotions and things like that? But it's like, hey, give it a crack. Do it for a
Mhm.
month, 2 months, then go back to your old way. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what happens to your body, your thoughts, your emotions, your sleeping patterns, your everything.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah,
But tell,
definitely with the
but tell me though, how many people actually go back?
um so far I haven't seen anyone go back. I've had
Mm.
people try to go back.
Yeah.
Um, I've had people, life gets in the way, things happen, and that's I guess, the resort of just going back because of, mental health, depression, things like that. They go back to it, but they notice it and they're like, this is shit. Like, they instantly notice. And you know what? That's a win for me because you're taking recognition of the impact of these foods and that lifestyle has on your mental health when you're in, not the best state.
Yeah.
So why make it even worse? Because majority of the time, your depression, your anxiety, all these other things, majority of the time will come from the food and that lifestyle. So if you can
Hmm.
eliminate that, most of your depression, the feelings, anxiety, the panic attacks, and all those things will probably get suppressed.
Yes.
More
Yes.
more than likely, do you know what I mean? Like, more than likely,
Yeah.
you might still have a few issues, but majority of it will get suppressed when you change your lifestyle and things like that.
Mm. Yeah. So, so what made you? Well, at what point did you get into supporting clients? You know, how did you make that
I
transition?
I think because I think I was just sort of like telling my story. I was telling my
Yep.
story a lot. I think just with the whole drug addiction and the mental health, I was just preaching my story in
Yes.
that aspect. And then I guess I realized, like I said, like the impact of the food has on your mental health.
Mm.
So I guess I just told my story and what I was doing, and people were sort of interested. And I I don't mean this in a dicky way, but people were saying like you actually are very knowledgeable with what you know. So
Yes.
I thought, like I guess it sort of gives you a bit of confidence, and you're like, oh, like maybe I should keep doing this or keep preaching this. Um, so I just kept, I guess kept at it. I
Yep.
just
Yep.
I just kept telling the story, and the
Mm.
story came along with that lifestyle that I chose.
Yes.
Like I said, like I didn't know, I never heard about carnivore at all. This is as soon as I come out of jail, I literally was just like, I'm eating kangaroo. I ate kangaroo breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Wow. Mm-hmm.
and I
Yep.
felt mad.
Yeah.
I felt mad. I didn't even go through an adaptation phase. I didn't, didn't get crook, didn't get sick. It was like, I'm doing this, that's it. There's no ifs, no buts, no maybes.
Mm.
And yeah, I guess I started to notice like when people were asking me, oh, you only eat meat, like how come you only eat meat for breakfast? Like that's crazy. And then I'd sort of like talk to them about it, and I'm like, where do I know all this from? Like, where did this come from? Where did this knowledge come from? And it just come by that. It's just by telling my story and the knowledge that I had. I'm like, I can actually help people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't I do something about it? Why don't I give the knowledge out that I know and be of service to people? So
Yes.
I
Amazing.
had a crack. I just had a crack.
Yeah. Good. And how's that going for you?
Really,
Have you got how many,
really,
how many
really
people have
great.
you helped so
Uh,
far, and how's it all?
Um, number wise, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I might like put like 70 or 80 through my
Okay.
program, and
Yeah.
then
Good. Well,
it would definitely probably be over 100 different types of issues and chronic illnesses.
yeah. I was just about to say,
Um,
what are they coming to you for? What do you see the most? What, what's
most would
happening out?
be definitely gut health in general,
Yeah.
just like with SIBO, IBS, dysbiosis, general gut health. Like they know
Inflammation.
themselves they're just not right. Like they can feel it.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
with psoriasis and eczema. Um,
Mm.
a lot of type 2 diabetes I've dealt with.
Wow.
Uh,
Yes.
and in tied in with that, we like high blood pressure and things like that. But a lot of type 2 diabetes. I've had a few type 1 diabetes. But like all these people, like they thrive.
What's
Like
the what's the feedback from your clients, and I've had some really great conversations with women today wanting to get started, and they're all starting somewhere with something that's driven them to reach out because they need help.
yeah,
They need they need some kind of guidance. They don't want to live like this anymore. I mean, what's the feedback at the end of their time with you when you've helped them create positive change? Like, what are you seeing in them? What are they saying? What is their life looking like? You know?
they're saying like life changing. The best thing I've ever had. Thank you so much. The education you give us is it's amazing. Heaps like I won't name drop, but I've got a client on my program at the moment. She's about I think 5 weeks into it.
Mm-hmm.
She just completed a big names program in the
Yeah.
States,
Yes.
and she said that she feels mine is better through the education, the support, the information I give her,
Yes.
plus just I guess the way I structure the program itself,
Yes.
um, and just everything, and that made me like it
Yeah.
didn't know what to
And
say. Do you know what I mean? Like because the person that they're talking about, I look up to, and
yeah.
I'm like, whoa, that's
Yes. Yes.
crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
What do you think? What do you think people? What do you think in the initial stage of starting carnivore? What do you find people have the most trouble with, or what do they struggle with the most in the beginning?
quitting.
The standard Australian diet, say.
No, like just like giving up on themselves, like going
Oh, yep.
going, oh, this has been 3 weeks, like nothing's happening.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like, and I think unfortunately, this is what I say to the clients. I'm like, I always freeze sometimes. I have bad reception.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. You're
um,
freezing, but here you still, but
okay,
then you come back.
sweet. Normally what happens is I lost my track of thought.
Oh, so what
They,
is the stop?
they
What
will
are the
give
what is
they will give
the
up,
stop?
right? They'll
Yeah.
give up, and I'm saying it's because a lot of us, obviously, us on social media, carnivore community is
Yeah.
thriving. So
Yes.
they, yes, there are a lot of people that get results quick,
Yes.
100%. Like I've gotten clients dropping 10 kilos in 2 weeks. Like that's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Mhm.
So when they see that, they have all these high hopes for themselves.
Yes.
And then they get to that position and they're like, well, how come I haven't done that? Well,
Yes.
we're all
Yes.
different. You have different
Everybody
underlying
is different.
issues. Do you know
Yes.
what I mean?
Mhm.
You're at different starting points.
Yes.
You can't compare everyone's journey to the same. And they're like, oh, but there's so many quick results. And they're like, there is. Unfortunately, there is. But
Mm.
you need to understand, like, everyone's starting different underlying issues, different combinations, like you name it. So you
Yeah.
can't, and I tell my clients all the time, I'm like, I can't tell you when things will happen, but
Mm.
I can tell you how to get there, but I can't
Yes.
tell you when it will happen.
Yeah. So
Like I've had
patience.
clients
Yeah.
go from, like I said, a couple of weeks, 10, 15 kilos, amazing. Then I've had clients take like 8 months just to drop 5 kilos. But
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
in that time, they've still gotten the other benefits of feeling better, learning and understanding the lifestyle, getting educated, feeling, better energy.
Yes.
With girls, their cycle coming back on, it's better. Do you know what I mean? All those things come through, but the
Yes.
weight loss has been the last thing. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah. I think most people think that, carnivore is a way to just drop some kilos. And I often say, like, this is not a diet for you to just lose weight and then go back to eating normal.
yeah,
This is actually a life. It's actually a lifestyle
yeah,
that once experienced, you actually
you don't want to go back.
you don't know, but you choose to stay in it for life because you've taken your whole being to another level that you haven't experienced before, and there should be no reason why you want to go back to living,
Yeah, that's
un,
right.
under par.
Mm.
Why would you choose to do that? Most people don't choose to do that.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's why I believe heavily like on like the education side as well.
Yes,
Because you're gonna give these guys education on just the lifestyle itself,
yes,
holistic practices. I tell my clients the same thing. Whether someone came to me keto, I would still teach them, if I wasn't doing their diet, I would still teach them holistic practices to do for overall longevity. That's the whole
mm,
goal.
yes,
But when you incorporate that with a carnivore lifestyle, everything just excels.
yes, yes,
Do
yes, yes.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like
Totally,
if you were
totally
doing,
agree. That's the holistic approach. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So like it's no different than like, I'm a big fan of fasting.
Yes.
Fasting on a keto or a carb diet, sweet. But fasting on a carnivore, like it's next level. Like everything
Mhm.
you do is next level when you have a carnivore diet.
Yes.
Because you're already, I basically say, like, you're basically, you've got a pure body. You're not consuming the carbs, the nasty preservative, things like that. So you're in a pure state. So when you get into the fasting, the deep fasting, like spiritually, it is different. Like when I did that 10-day water fast, like it
Yep.
is different.
Yeah, I
Spiritually,
agree with you.
mentally, physically, like it's different. And I guarantee you would have a different experience if you were come off a carb diet or a normal food pyramid diet. I guarantee you would be a different feeling.
Yes, yes. And this is where people need to understand that everyone's at a different point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's everyone's different, so you have to be patient and have your own experience, and then get the feedback from your experience, and then move forward in that way. Now,
Yeah.
you've told me you've told me you do some work with people with regards to parasites, parasite cleansers, and things like that. What's that all about?
Okay, so that's sort of like how my whole like studying began.
Hmm.
For some reason, I don't know, like I'm a weirdo, I got hooked on learning about parasites. Like that was
Yeah.
my thing. I just started learning about them, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. Let's get into naturopath. Let's start learning about herbal medicines and home remedies of parasites and where they come from." And then I started to connect all the dots. I
Yes.
started connecting where they come from. Then it's
Yeah.
it's coming from our food, and then okay, so why are we getting them all the time? And then okay, well, what's feeding parasites? And I started looking into food, and then I started looking into the health system and the manufacturing, and I just started joining all the dots, and that's
Yeah.
where it started to make sense in every aspect to why I'm so heavily, on about food, about learning the ingredients, learning the additives, learning what they are, learning the words, because those
Yeah.
things that you cannot pronounce, those things
Yeah.
that are additives, those are the things that they feed off.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
So, like, for us not to have them is very rare. Like we always have them. You look at the world that we live in today, it's very toxic. Everything we do, I mean, like our screens, everything we do, our clothes, the foods we have, the environments, the water, everything is, toxic. It's not
Mm.
about eliminating everything because you're not going to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about learning what they are, what they can do to your body, and just trying to keep everything, at a control level,
Yeah.
because it's the same with your gut health and parasites,
Yeah.
your good bacteria and bad bacteria. You have good and bad in your body no matter what,
Yeah.
but keeping them in good control is how you have a healthy gut. But if you let them get
Mm.
out of control, that's where you
Mm.
get problems and dysbiosis. So it's the same thing with
Yeah.
parasites. You have them, there's good and bad, but when you let them get out of control, that's where you start getting problems.
Yeah.
That's where most of these diseases and sickness stem from,
Mhm.
is the gut and parasites, and psoriasis and these other diseases are just a symptom of what's going on in the gut, the heavy metal toxin buildup, all these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, absolutely. In 2010, I had a whole heap of unrelated health issues, and at my worst, my left ear began ringing. So I was
Yeah.
diagnosed with
Yep.
tinnitus, ringing in the ear. They said would never go away, and so instead of taking the meds, which I'm sure weren't going to really help me anyway, because they were like blood thinners and steroid nasal sprays. And I actually ended up having a special blood test done, which actually showed me what was going on on the inside. And
Was it a
live,
live blood analysis
yeah,
test? Yeah.
yeah, the best. And yeah, I had chronic candida, I had parasites, I had everything. My whole insides at 26 years old were an absolute
Yeah.
mess, because I was eating anything and everything. And I was ignoring the symptoms. And I really wish that I hadn't, because the last thing I wanted at 26 was to lose my
Mm.
silence. So I'm so pleased that that happened, because it set me off on this journey, and that's why I am here
Yeah.
where I am now. But
Yeah, that's
I
right.
did like paleo for a long time, and then I did keto. Then I went back to normally eating, and then I went back to paleo, and then to keto, and then to carnivore.
How
So
did you
um,
how did you go on like a paleo and carnivore? On paleo and keto.
so paleo worked really well for me back then, because
Hmm.
I was going from standard Australian
Yeah, it's always
shitty
going to be
diet.
better.
Yeah, I was I was starting my day with Red Bulls and lollies, like in the morning,
Hmm.
when I was going to work. So anything was better than what I was doing, and paleo worked really well for me
Hmm.
then. Um, and then yeah, keto was really great, and then from keto it was the easy transition to
Yeah.
carnivore. Um, and sometimes I may go a bit ketovore, but like it's not, it maybe like once here and there. Like I don't fuss so much if there's something I could do a bit more ketovore, but mostly I'm carnivore,
Yeah.
most, majority of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it did work really well, paleo, and I had no real issues with it. I dropped a lot of weight, but nothing, not like if you scroll right to the bottom of my Instagram account, you'll see what I was eating back then. It was like smoothie bowl queen, juicing, like it was just all of that. And it was okay at the time, but I just didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know how much better I could
Mm.
feel. I didn't know how much better I could function, And I think that's what people don't realize.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah. it's a good point. It's like, always people are like, oh, like, I'm not dying on this and that. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I'm not saying you're going to eat a vegetable and die.
Mm.
I'm just saying you might feel better when you cut them out. You might not have that little joint pain or that little inflammation or swelling in your face or your knees when you go for your run. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they don't understand it. And I'm like, the only way you will understand is just give it a crack. Like, just have a go. Like, what you can go, if you really want to go back to your diet, go back to your diet. But just give it a crack for a minimum a month and do it properly.
Mm. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah. Yeah.
know when you do that month, I know a month is a good time if you do it
Mm.
correctly. And then you
Yes.
go for a week back to your old diet, you will know a difference.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then
100%.
it's up to them to make the decision like, oh,
Mm.
I did feel a little bit better. Maybe I should. Or, maybe they can do a keto carnivore sort of
Yeah.
balance. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people do sort of struggle with social events and trying to keep up with the trends and going out and all those sort of things for for pleasure,
Mm.
and the cravings and just all the fun stuff. Like, I get it, like a lot of people just want to live in the now moment and have all the jolly good times, and then thinking they're going to miss out like on a carnivore. And how you're going to do this, how you're going to go out, how do you go through life without not having, chocolate or cake and all these sort of things. But you've seen it. We can make heaps of stuff on carnivore.
Oh, absolutely you can. You're doing really well at that. I just like to keep things really
Hmm.
simple, like really, really simple. But I was having this conversation with someone today, eventually you'll just want to keep it simple, but you don't have
Yeah,
to. You can
yeah.
actually make pancakes and carnivore
You
bread and
really make nearly everything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
make pizza, waffles, ice
Yes,
cream. Like,
yes.
what
How
else could
about
you
like,
want?
yeah, you can use like the pork panko crumb
Yeah.
and do like a chicken
Chicken, yeah,
schnitzel.
yeah, schnitzels,
Yeah,
crumb, your meatballs, you name it.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
do so
anything.
much.
Yes,
There's
yes.
there's not much you won't miss out on. Yes, it's
No.
a different taste because you're not getting the sweets, but you're eating healthy food. Go, I'll
Mm.
make you carnival ice cream. Have as much as you want.
Yeah,
What
exactly,
what
exactly.
ice cream can you do that with?
No, I know, it's great.
Yeah.
What about have you ever tried those little butter bites? You
I
made
haven't
butter
made them
bites.
yet. I
They're
haven't made them.
so good, so easy and so good to like.
I just
They're
eat the
really
raw butter. I'll just eat the butter.
yeah, I know, but this is like having a caramel, like
Yeah, because of
you know,
the burnt.
yeah, the burnt part. So if anyone's interested in butter bites, all you do is melt the butter until it goes brown, and then you let it cool down a little. Well, not too much, but let it cool down. And you just put it into like little trays,
Muffin tins,
molds.
muffin trays,
Yeah, molds or so. Oh yeah, you can do it like that too. But sometimes I put them in little like
ice cube
ice
molds,
molds. Yeah, and then put it in the freezer, and you pop them out, and they're like having a little yummy little caramel
little
bite.
tray, sprinkle a little bit of salt on there for the
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
You can do
Exactly.
some good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it just
Yes.
depends. Like how much effort you want to go to. Like, if you want to keep it simple. Great.
Mm.
There's some people that could eat the same meal every day, no problem. That's me. You can give
Yeah.
me raw meat, cooked meat, it doesn't matter. I'll eat it. I'll eat
Yes.
brains, heart. You've seen me. I'll eat whatever. I don't care.
No, I know. What's it? How do you go? So I've seen this the raw meat thing.
So
I
so
can't.
you can't do raw meat, or do you do organs?
No, I do not. No, I have
Not even
sometimes.
cooked?
No, but I sometimes have a liver powder.
Okay.
So
Have
yeah,
you tried it in the organs? So you haven't
no,
even tried them yet.
no.
Okay. That can be the thing. Maybe we'll make.
What cook?
Yeah. No, I feel
Oh,
like you've got to try both. I feel because they
oh.
have different tastes. They have different tastes when they're cooked and raw.
I have a real issue with texture,
Ah,
food and texture. So
okay.
I don't know how that would go for me. I'm really happy just to eat the same thing every single day. It's no issue for me. It's just one less thing I need to think about.
Yeah. But like I said, like there's a lot of people that can just eat that one meal every
Mm,
day, no issues.
yeah.
Or there's a lot of people that are like, I need variety because it's,
I guess.
we're very limited to
Yeah.
foods, and that's fair enough.
How, how much dairy are you having?
Not much, like
Mm.
not much.
I was eating yogurt and it really was not good for me, so I've stopped yogurt too.
In what way?
It was just making my gut a bit bloated.
Yeah,
Um, just my body didn't feel good
just
on
felt a
it.
bit
Much
funny.
better. Yes, I sometimes
Yeah,
have a little bit of like pure thickened, not thickened, pure cream. There's a nice South Australian area down south that makes this beautiful pure
yeah.
cream, and I sometimes have a bit of that.
How do you
Yeah,
go with the cream?
fine. So much better on cream than I do on yogurt. So
So, are you getting act like yogurt, or are you getting kefir?
yogurt.
Have you tried kefir? Haven't that?
No, I haven't. I haven't. No.
Try that. Just even have like a little shot.
Yeah.
See how it goes in your
Mm.
gut. See if it plays up or anything. If not, just
Mm.
work on that.
Yes.
Just have a couple of shots. Just build up to it. You might be able to
Yes.
tolerate it better. Other
Mm.
thing you can do is try goat yogurt, goat milk, and sheep yogurt.
Mm. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it
Um,
out.
Goat yogurt is really good. You can buy raw goat yogurt legally,
Yes.
or you can get it basically anywhere. It's a bit easier to
Yes.
digest.
Yes.
Doesn't have like the sugars and stuff in there if you crave after you're having dairy. So things like that. So it's a little bit different. So that could be something to look at. Might be able to help.
I actually know someone who, because there's a supermarket here that sells camel.
Yeah,
What's a
camel milk and stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
It's still
Mm.
good. I get camel meat. I eat camel meat. It's really good.
Yes. Yep.
Uh, I think I feel like a variety is good just because I look at it as the aspect is, the whole purpose of, us carnivores, depending how deep into it, we're going back to, just basic living, ancestral living, living off the land, hunter gatherers. These guys didn't just hunt cows.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, they didn't just hunt cows. They hunted basically anything and everything. They had a big variety,
Yeah.
and that variety gave them, different nutrients in their diet. So
Yes.
that's why I like to have different things. I'm lucky that I've got someone that I can get camel, buffalo, deer, crocodile.
Awesome.
Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can get some really
Yep.
cool stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then do those and then incorporate organs. So that way, you're just getting a good variety, and that's why I'm big on like, well, I don't need supplements because I know I'm getting such a big variety, different nutrient, different amino acids, all in the
Yes.
food. Just
Absolutely.
just like those guys, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have, just found cows and just ate the cows. They
Yeah.
would have found everything and had them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True. Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
And
Um,
not only that, they would have. If you look at traditional tribes now, they'll kill an animal. The first thing they do, they'll cut their stomach open and they eat the organs on the spot
mm, yeah.
because they know the organs are super beneficial for us. They can help heal our organs, the liver. Do you know what I mean? So they know that.
Yes.
Then, if you watch them, they will then, eat all the organs on the spot, and then they'll start, cutting up the meat and things like that, and they'll pass it around, and they basically give the muscle meat, which what we eat now, they give the muscle meat basically as like the scraps, leftovers. They give it to their dogs, hyenas.
Mm, interesting.
So, like, yeah, like when you look at that and break things down, it makes you really wonder.
Mm, interesting. I think a lot of people don't even question that kind of thing, but it is good to consider it.
Yes, I guess because I learn a lot from because I do a lot of research looking at tribes, the way they live, their practices, whether Native Americans, a lot of tribes in Africa, Sudan,
Yes.
even in the islands, New Zealanders, Samoans and stuff, because they still have their traditional practices. But when you look at their traditional practices and their quality of life, it is different.
Mm,
So you have to ask the questions. Well,
yes.
like they're not getting sick, their elder are still, you know, helping out with at the gatherings and doing their ceremonies, and they're still there sitting down. They might be 80 or 90, but they're sitting down, crossing their legs, don't have
Yes.
walkers and things like that. So you have to question their practices and living, you know, diet.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, it's good. I think it's important to learn. But I also it really encourage people to do the research because, you know, information is so
Mm.
accessible these days. Do the research and then, you know, give it a shot for a good amount of time to
Yeah.
make your own decision. And then if you can't do it on your own, then seek, you know, people like yourself and me and others who are out there coaching people through because often they just want someone to be there who's, you know, had an
Yeah,
experience.
that's
But
right. And I feel like you said, like, because there's so much knowledge out there, people will get confused,
overwhelmed. Yeah, yeah,
overwhelmed,
yeah,
confused. They're not sure what's right, not what's wrong. And I
yeah,
feel like, you know, if you do find a coach,
yeah,
connect with them
yeah,
because, you know, you connect with someone who's got a story like yourself. You know, you've been through XYZ and you got here, you know, and
yeah.
through carnivore, you healed yourself. So someone who's been in a similar situation or have similar issues should
Mm-hmm.
reach out to someone like you because you know how to get from A to Z. Where
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
not, you know, uncertain information. Well, you know, here's what you done. You got from A to Z. I'll show you how I got from A to Z.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of women that I speak to, and I say women because mostly women reach out to me, they feel very alone
Yeah.
and they feel quite isolated. And I just want people to know you're never
Mm.
alone, and there is a massive community out there. You know, and I know from my event last year in Adelaide, that the energy in the room when you bring carnivores together is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Like you can't you can't kind of buy that kind of energy.
It's
It's
primal.
just it was so natural. And for anyone that's watching who may have been there, like you know what it's like. And we're going to be in Melbourne next month with an incredible lineup of speakers. And yeah, that's the one thing I'm really looking forward to is having a room full of carnivores again because it's just the energy is just electric, you know, and warm and very warm and fuzzy because they just want to take care of each other. They just want to look after each other. They're very they're just lovely, happy people.
I, th- I think
And
I think it's because most people, you know, most people come to a carnivore because of something. It's, you
yeah,
know,
they've
I have not
something.
had someone ever come to me and say, hey Ivy, I'm fit and healthy. I go to the gym. I just want to try it. I haven't
Yes,
had that. It's always like I've got a chronic illness.
yep, yep,
So
yep,
I guess when you come into this community, a lot of people are sort of, you know, battling a fight. So
yep,
it's a really, you know, strong community. It's a really emotional, connected community because everyone sort of knows like what you're sort of dealing with. Someone's been through that situation,
yes.
so,
You
so
can.
so they
It's
understand.
very
Yeah,
relatable. You know,
yeah.
it's, everyone in the room could stand up and tell their story, and it'd be inspiring. I wish that we could get everybody up to tell their story. You
Mm.
know, but yeah, we can't because we would be there weekend.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So
it's
so,
definitely powerful.
yeah. And how does it impact? Do you do a lot of physical activity? For anyone that follows Ivy, you'll know because he shares a lot of that.
Um,
So, do you think this is like how's this impacted you and your movement, your physical movement ability?
Heat. So I was playing basketball, soccer and basketball as a teenager. Then basically converted into basketball when I was a teen. I played over in the States a fair bit, tournaments and stuff like that. I ended up having an injury. I had a knee replacement, and
Mm-hmm.
then tore my hammy as well. So I got like, you know, bolts and metal in there. So
Mm-hmm.
at a young age, I think by I don't know, 18, 19, I already had
Yep.
that. So I stopped all sports ever since. And I had a few complications with the surgery, had to go back and have another surgery, rehab got put off. Like I was just a vegetable for so long and never did the rehab. So it was very weak, and it was very tough on the mind because I was very scared that I was going to hurt my knee because I knew we already had a stuff up. I knew we hadn't done rehab for so long, and now I was just scared to like lift weights or run or squat or do anything. I was just scared it was just going to snap.
Yeah.
So I think I didn't really start training my legs again until basically like I got on the carnivore and come back out of jail. I think just through basic nutrition and the fundamentals, very basic stuff, body weight stuff, really simple things that anyone can do at home, but on this lifestyle made a massive improvement. I
Yeah.
couldn't cross my legs. I couldn't kneel. Physically couldn't kneel. Like I couldn't put pressure on my knee. Like it just hurt. I just could not do it. And now, if you would see me, like I'm doing running. I do basically a hybrid style training. So I do everything.
I've seen, yeah.
There's no, not saying that I'm invincible, but there's just no pain. Like
Yeah.
I'm just not dealing with any pain. So
Yeah.
it makes it a lot better. Like there's no inflammation in my knees. Always had problems with that. So it's made it a lot better, made the journey better, made the process better, to get you out to train. And that's probably another big thing where just getting on this diet, no, not necessarily are you going to start away perfect on the diet and perfect all the way training and signing up to the gym. It's a process, but
Yeah.
the diet helps you get to that process.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're eliminating inflammation and you're dropping weight, it's not going to be as heavy on your joints and stress and, your blood pressure's coming down, motivation's coming up, libido's coming up. Those things are going to drive going, maybe I'm going to go out for half an hour walks. Maybe I'm going to do, 90-minute walks and just slowly, slowly progress. It
Yeah.
makes that easier. It makes that transition
Absolutely.
easier to go from not training to training.
Yes, absolutely. And what about, I agree with you. What about someone who says, oh, don't we need carbs to build muscle?
so, so I spoke about this today.
Yeah.
Um, I get that a lot. And not only just to build muscle, but it's just like, I need carbs for energy. Well, carbs is a quick source of energy. It's a burst. It's just an explosion. You know what I mean? Like when you're sprinting, it's just gone out of you. So why not get energy from fats that's gonna work better? And it's basically the optimal fuel source. And it's just
Mhm.
about
Yeah.
it's about teaching your body how to use it. It's not going to happen straight away. We know that. That's why we call it, the fat adaptation. It takes a bit of time to get used to. But the analogy I always tell my clients is, if your body is a car and you've been putting petrol in it its whole life, and now you've gone, you know what? Let's start putting diesel in it. It's going to freak out. It's not going to
Yeah.
know how to run. It's a
Yeah.
bit confused. It might, stutter along. But if you continue, I promise you, it'll go way better. So
Yeah.
it's
100%.
just a bit of a process.
Yes.
We know
It's
that.
also it's also changing your way, changing what you've always known, changing what you learnt,
Mm,
changing a lot of belief systems.
yeah,
One of the
absolutely.
toughest things for people is to change the way they feel about certain things or believe about certain things because it's so far removed from what they were
Yeah, that's right.
taught, you know?
We've been taught these practices for 20, 30 years. I'm 32,
Mhm.
so let's just say 20
Yeah.
years. I've been taught to always have, carbs, 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 rice, pasta, performance,
Yeah.
all these things. So for, you and me to tell someone like, hey, you got to forget that, try something else. It is hard. It is
Mhm.
hard to break that because that's a habit.
Yeah. This is
You've
where the
been
mindset,
It's a
this is
mindset,
the
it's a
mindset.
habit, and it takes time. That's why some people, if we tie back to the first things we were talking about, just giving it time, like
Yes.
this alone, just trying to understand and get your body to function half decent on the new diet takes time.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it does.
Don't give up too early,
Yeah.
because like it's a process. Do you know what I mean? Like just
Mm.
changing the diet metabolically, you're
Yeah.
changing everything. You are literally
Yeah.
changing the whole way your body is running. You've
Yes.
taken its carbs and sugars away. It's been running
Yeah.
on those for 20, 30 years. Of course it's
Mm-hmm.
going to freak out. It's going to go, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
So that itself takes time, and then you got to get adapted to the fat. That takes time. Then you got to see how you go if you get a keto flu, or if you get digestion issues because of the big change. Then that takes time.
Yeah.
So like that's why I say to people, like, is a month really enough? Not really, but just have a crack.
Mm. When I first started carnivore, it was for 4 weeks because I was doing a bodybuilding competition. I got sick in
Yeah,
between and lost a few weeks, and then I ended up doing carnivore for the last 4 weeks of my comp prep.
yeah,
Made a huge difference.
yeah,
So
nice.
it took 30 days, and like felt so amazing in those 30 days. It
Yeah,
was really, really, really good. I never went back from
yeah,
there.
no.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
it's crazy. Hey, like it's funny. Like it's like maybe to you and us it might be simple, but it's not simple, because like you look at all the things that I just said. Like there's so many things, like
I
things to do. Some
think
people,
I think I think where they get overwhelmed is just not knowing the simple things.
yeah,
And
because we haven't been taught it.
yeah,
It's a whole go back to school and study sort of thing. You're
yeah,
starting everything again. So yeah,
yeah,
it is a lot. There is a lot of knowledge.
yeah,
There is a lot of things to understand.
yes. Especially
But
when especially when you're going on and doing something that's so different, you know.
yeah, absolutely. And like we said, like we've just been taught the opposite for so long.
Yes,
How do you question that and be like, oh, like, are you sure? Like, are
yeah.
you sure I don't need carbs? Are you sure like everything's going to be okay? Like, it's hard. I get it. Like it would be hard to sort of take that leap.
And
And
understand that, yeah,
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 you know what I mean. But I feel like the people that do, they're the people that have tried everything. They've gone to the doctors. They're sick of the medications. They've just had enough. Do you know what I mean? Like they're at that point where they're just like, well, fuck, I'll try anything.
hmm
I've tried all this crap. So
yeah,
why should I not try this? Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I spoke to a couple of ladies today, and it was almost as if they were just throwing all types of ingredients into a pot and hoping that somehow it would magically make it some kind of dish, some kind of meal. That's what they were doing with regards to their weight loss and trying to better their health. And I'm like, if you threw a whole heap of ingredients in a pot, you're not going to make anything. And that's what it felt like. So it's really simple. It's really simplifying things. Come right back to
Yeah,
basics,
yeah.
add in these add in these daily practices and mindfulness rituals, and then you've got this beautiful balance and flow,
Mm.
circadian rhythm, get really good sleep, and then feel the difference.
Mm.
That's all it takes. Actually is very
Yeah,
simple, but
it's
not
like
always easy.
very simple, but
Yes.
it's just like don't try and do everything at once.
Yeah.
Just cut it back. Start on the diet. Just
Yeah.
focus on the diet first. If you can
Yeah.
get the diet down, everything becomes easier, because now you're
Yeah.
gonna have a clear thought. You're gonna understand better. You're gonna have more energy to do more, to get more training in. Like it just builds off that. But just get the diet down
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
then try and add things. People
Yeah.
try and like I said this, I think, last week too, about the supplements and things. People are always looking for the next thing to add. Like, it's not about adding.
Mm,
Just
mm.
take everything away and
Yes.
get
Yes.
to the basic. And the basic is the diet. Start with that. I
Mm.
don't care
Yeah.
if you drink coffee. I don't care if you're smoking. I don't care if you're doing all this. At the moment, the first thing you do is your diet.
Mm, mm,
I'm not going to make you do a diet and then
mm,
cut cigarettes and then cut the coffee all
mm.
in once, because it's not
Yeah.
going to work. Your body
Yeah.
is going to go absolute ballistic. Just do
Yeah.
the diet first.
And that's and you, and then you're not going to stick to
That's
it.
right.
And a lot of people that have this binge restrict pattern, and that's not
That's
healthy. So we
right.
want to do it in a way that enables you to stick it out, and it's all about health and longevity. So I think that's a great message for people who might be just thinking about getting started to remember. Yeah.
It's definitely what I teach my guys. You know, people message me like, "Oh, hey, like, I'm still doing coffee. Is that okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, at the moment it is okay," because, like I said, changing the diet itself
Yeah.
is a big shift. So your
Yeah.
body is going to freak out. So
Yeah.
why am I want to stress you out even more by taking away your coffee, all your other, your
Yes.
vices, your coffee, your smoking, your vaping? Yes, they're unhealthy, but I'm not going to take them all away from you and change your diet and put you absolutely under stress because you're
Yeah.
going to buck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just work on the diet. Let's just
Yeah.
get the diet
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Because normally the diet will help you get rid of the other things
Yeah.
in time.
In time. Yeah.
In time,
Yeah.
we all. I don't know if you know, like I've had clients that are 7 cups of coffee a day.
Wow.
4, 5,
Yeah.
6 cups of coffee a day, 4 before lunchtime, like
Wow.
a lot. And I
Mhm.
say to them, I'm like, I'm not focused on that. Let's just get the diet. Let's just do the diet. Because I know the diet will give you the energy where you're not going to need the coffee.
Mm. Yeah.
So then
Exactly.
it just starts cutting back because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, no, I don't feel like I need a coffee. I said, great. You don't need a coffee.
Mm.
And then they're like later in the afternoon, like, I need a coffee. Okay, great. And then it just compounds over time. And they're like, hey, like, I don't have coffee anymore. I'm like, do you
Yes.
feel like it? She goes, I don't feel like it. I would like one, but I don't feel like I need one. I'm like, well, then you don't need
Mm.
one.
Yeah. How good's that?
Do you know what
Just
I mean?
naturally.
So, yeah, the diet can do good things, but it just takes
Yes.
time.
It does take time. Absolutely. I'm just conscious of the time, and I don't like this to go for too long, so that
Yeah,
people
so,
can come back and have a really quick watch of the replays.
yeah.
So, anything else you want to leave us with that maybe we haven't covered?
Nothing.
We covered.
I think we covered a few good
Yeah.
things in the carnival sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's, I like to have these simple chats because that's what people are, you're probably getting it yourself. I get questions all the time, just the simple
Yeah.
questions. So I
It
think,
doesn't need to be too overcomplicated, too scientific.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
for
'cause-
the general people. Do you know what I mean?
yes,
We need to make it so the general people understand
yes,
what we're talking about, the lifestyle. So, it'd be no different than me if I was listening to a doctor trying to explain things. Don't explain it to me like that.
yeah.
Explain it to me so I can understand what's
Yeah,
happening.
just keep it simple. So
Simple
thank you
is
so much.
easiest.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Good, good, good. Well, if anyone's interested in, all of the amazing content that Ivy's sharing, he just shares so much from his everyday, documenting his everyday life on the carnivore journey and, helping clients and all his exercise. And it's really great to watch what you're
Thanks.
doing. So keep up the amazing work. I actually was drooling at that slow cooked, whatever it was that you were
It's so
eating today, was it?
funny. Everyone thought it was like brisket and stuff. It was literally, a massive tomahawk, but I cut the bone off.
Yeah.
So it was massive, just big fat tomahawk. And then I put steaks in there and they were mad. They were so good.
What did you put in there?
Just,
Steaks.
yes, it was just heaps of steaks, bone broth. It
Yeah.
was so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I've never done that before. It turned out so good.
How? Oh, you put bone broth. Yeah, that's why it
Yeah,
was nice and
yeah, yeah,
soft.
yeah. Heaps of bone broth. And then it's just
Yeah, cool.
melted.
What did you cook that in? In a slow
Yeah, slow
cooker or?
cooker.
Yeah,
I think it was like $5.
oh, that's great. I'm gonna try that. It
Yeah,
looked really nice.
just something different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I mean too. Like, I don't eat anything like that, but it would be nice to have something like
You don't
that.
have
So yeah,
bone broth?
I'm not at the moment. During summer, I don't really have much bone broth, but yeah, I need to get into
You're
it.
really simple, aren't you? Just give me my steak
I'm,
and eggs. I'm good.
I don't even eat eggs. It's just steak and butter because I
Yeah,
don't like eggs.
I'll be honest. I don't really eat eggs either.
I don't like them, Ivy. I just never eaten them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not a choice. It's just like I can't eat them. I'll vomit.
I've been having duck eggs.
Oh yes, yeah.
A lot different. They got about double the nutrient value than a normal egg. So they got like double the like all the vitamins. It's all double.
Yeah, cool. No,
Something different.
like I said, I keep it really, really simple.
Mm.
I don't even want to think about it. I just know what works for me. I know what my body needs for fuel. I do it, I eat it, and I'm
And
done.
that's it. You eat
So
just steak, butter, boom, see you later.
Really simple.
And
And
that's
I
what
get,
I
I
mean.
get, I
There's
get my
nothing wrong
meat
with
from a beautiful couple up in Adelaide Hills here, grass-fed, grass-finished, really good quality meat,
that.
you
Yeah.
know. And I just think, well, I know I'm eating really good quality meat, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. At the end of the day, that's all you need. Is you need a good quality red meat, obviously because
Yeah.
the red meat has most of the vitamins, minerals, and amino acids.
Yeah.
That's the basics. That's all you really need. If you want to
That's,
add all the other stuff, great.
yeah,
Mm.
that's it. That's it. Well, thank you so much for coming
No
on.
worries.
I'm really pleased that we got to have the conversation. We've been trying to do it for a while, so yeah, thank you for your time.
Sweet.
It's
Thanks
been
for having me.
awesome. You're welcome. We'll keep in touch.
Yes,
Keep up the
done.
great work.
All right.
Love your work.
Thank you. You
Thanks
too.
so much. Have a
Bye.
great
Bye.
rest of the week. See you. Bye.